October 2012. In October 2012, my boyfriend and I hadn't said I love you to each other in 2 years, hadn't had sex in 1 year. After 10 solid years together and 2 not so solid ones, things were coming to an end. To intensify that, I was living in his house and wasn't sure how long he'd let me keep living there once we verbalized the things we hadn't been saying. So I had been preparing. We shopped for groceries, I stockpiled non-perishables on the side. We bought things for the house, I downsized my personal possessions. We watched TV, I sat there acting like nothing had changed because I was terrified of what was going to happen when things did. The uncertain future was wearing on me by that October, and I had started secretly looking at apartments. When I found one to apply for, the timing was horrible. I would have to submit an application soon, but couldn't get into their offices during business hours. So the property manager, who had walked me through an apartment while I fought back tears, agreed to an off-hours meeting that Sunday. I arrived about 20 minutes early that morning. The skies were just gray everywhere. Sitting in that parking lot, I realized I was making moves that were going to end my life as I knew it, and so many friendships that I had built up over a decade, and nobody knew it was coming but me. A few of my friends knew I was unhappy, but none of them knew I was at the stage of looking for apartments. My family didn't even know anything was wrong. To call any of them for support would mean explaining 2 years of pain that I had kept from everyone. I wasn't sure I had the strength to do that, let alone do the brutally emotional things I knew needed to be done once it all got started. I was as alone as I have ever felt, and more scared than I ever hoped to be again. About the time my anxiety reached its peak, I got on the phone and found the number for the National Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-8255, and for the next 10 minutes or so, talked to somebody whose name I can't remember, panicked, scared, until the property manager arrived and I ended the phone call abruptly but politely so that I could get out of the car before I lost my nerve. I hope the operator didn't worry too much. I cried the entire way through the application process, but didn't end up taking that apartment. Within a month, though, I had done the brutally emotional things that needed to be done. Turns out I had the strength to do them. Maybe a little extra. I don't know. That Sunday in my car was not the first time I thought about abruptly ending my story. Won't be the last. But it was the one time I felt I needed someone there and didn't think I could turn to any of the people I loved most in my life. Which, believe me, feels way sadder than it sounds. Nowadays, I'm much more open about my emotional states. There are plenty of people that I have turned to and know that I can turn to when I need to, whenever I need to. But brains are funny things, and so I keep that phone number, 1-800-273-8255, programmed into my contacts list under an assumed name. It's a good reminder that even when you think no one is there, someone is there. Thanks for listening.